with this being the situation, I think, personally, with my dumbass knowledge and 11k hours of Dota, it's rather more even, because with the Timber Chain and the Whirling Death combo, you can still just dodge out with the phase shift. With a phase shift. And Waning Earth is just a good overall last hit potential. There's just a lot of things that you can utilize as daze. Going down to First Blood Ulnit. We'll just cut it down with the Rocket Barrage. It was, we missed it on camera, but it was basically a tether over onto PMA and Ulnit from the other side. Just pressed his Q and took care of business. I'm an instant despair kind of guy. But it looks like Ulnit and the boys are making it work as daze. Falling low on the HP bar once again. Ulnit, all that Rocket Barrage goes on the creeps. They want to turn on the aggressive on the MOUZ side. If they keep on shoving out the IO, they will delay the leveling of Relocate, and that could work out in their favor as the IO diving deep. Ulnit will eventually die to Daze's right-click post-mortem on top of that. Well, NAVI Jr. will be happy. Oh, you keep on coming in with the aggressive? Yeah, well, we can return that. Take some damage of our own. One-on-one on the illusions, as out comes Niku onto the bottom, but PMA is already gone as Bengan tries to go in for the zone, and it's gonna be a core for a support. And Ulnit is already out of here. I mean, Narman to Darman could still make the approach. Setting up a Bramble Mace so that Supream could just lay down the Dream Coil, but it was already used. So they gotta be going back into patience. Not so much, no. Ulnit and Bengan. They move back onto the bottom lane, so no gank is gonna happen. We're gonna take it chill and slow. Because actually it's gonna be the NAVI Juniors side going in for the gank. They get Narman to Darman as the Willow will fall. As out comes the arena. Force is gonna get skewered on top of the arena. And with the Finger of Death, Riddys picks up his first Finger of Death kill. As in with a catch. Oh, yes. Riddys, along with Niku, will take out Supream. Not a Finger of Death kill, but maybe this one could be. As on to Force they go. They sacrifice Riddys. As Force gets a nice chunk of change. We're still looking at gotthejuice, keeping up the farm. Going for the Phylactery and Conda build. Soon to be getting there as Niku's Timber Saw. Trying to get that items online. As in with the catch, Force. Once again, focusing on daze. The IO gone. So move on to Force. Terrorize. On to 2 out of 3 as gotthejuice arrives into the fight. Trying to hold him down with the Frostbite. X mark the spot. Coming out onto the Morph. Pull him back into the fray as they will just focus down onto Niku. Narman trying to give off information will die in the middle of the action as Bengan held down and ripped to shreds. All you get is our IO, says NAVI Jr. as they're looking to pressure down the next tier 1 tower. Narman gonna get her spiked as Supream goes in for the retaliation. Could it be a support exchange, or is it even? Or is Supream just gonna die outright here? Nice Dream Coil, but no follow-up as both Supream and Narman will just eat NAVI Jr.'s damage. MOUZ is just crashing hard. After their apparent the first 5 minutes were doing really well for MOUZ. But NAVI Jr., they just find their stride. And all 3 of their cores are just more than happy to keep up this constant fighting. As PMA out with the arena, they will spear up the Crystal Maiden. Out comes another beautiful Earth Spike from Riddys. As Ulnit will try and fight off with Flak Cannon and will get the exchange. The Crystal Maiden for the Mars, but now it's gonna be a gyrocopter slaughter. NAVI Jr. increasing their lead minute by minute. They're sitting around, got the juice, prepping for the enemy approach. As Force wanting to go in. That's a torrent out. Takes out the wave as soon as the Kunkka makes a showing. PMA goes in aggressively. Out comes the arena, catches out onto as Bengan and Ulnit comes in with the call down. They're trying to hold on hard as in comes the rum buff onto 2. Ulnit trying to shove out the damage onto Got the Juice. They need to kill the Morphling as fast as possible or the fight is lost as Ulnit is just gonna get adaptive striked. Buyback from Bengan. The Crystal Maiden wants to rejoin the fray, but with the gyrocopter gone, this is practically hopeless. 22-13. As minute by minute, they're taking their sweet time. A Supream is gonna get jumped on. Phase shift and Illusory Orb out. Can he? Yes. No, it's not even a question anymore. I don't even need to ask the hypothetical. Supream, they're holding on with the relocate. They catch the Morph and the IO. Waveform out. Got the Juice, wraps around the enemy, but can he get kills? He's moving on to Force with the Ghost Ship. Holding on to Got the Juice. The damage goes on through, but the stun doesn't happen as Niku and Got the Juice. They will find the Tide Hunt of the Tide Maker. In this case, the Kunkka. But NARMAN, the caught out Dark Willow is looking low as eventually, even through the call down, NAVI Jr. just keep up the aggression. Oh, one of my biggest pet peeves though is that in terms of small items, Vlad's is just not being a thing, which bugs the ever-loving crap out of me. Vlad's is just not strong enough, or maybe Bengan is just basically playing a creep because he's playing CM. And the Crystal Maiden gone. Onto the gyro they go. I don't think they can see Ulnit, but can they feel Ulnit? Check the fogging just for a millisecond. PMA finally sees the gyro. Beautiful Spear of Mars and Arena of Blood combo. Down falls the gyro. Actually has Sheepstick now. And with that Scythe of Vice, I think the Timber is just gonna start slaying people. Or Got the Juice still takes out the tier 3 tower first. 33 minutes in, the first tier 3 falls as we are moving on towards the Rags. Got the Juice being fairly confident despite not having Aegis. Just the tether of his friends and the power of friendship. Got the Juice will BKB at the end of all this, eating 2 of the call down hits. In goes the Dream Coast Supreme. They want to punish the overstaying NAVI Jr. as Riddys will fall. Out comes the Torrent Storm. They will get daze as well, but that is only the 2 supports. As onto Niku, they want to make a turn. MOUZ, can they keep it up? Eventually, the reactive armor active will subside, and it will take all of them, but they will take care of the Timber Saw. It's NAVI Jr. Just waiting patiently in the triangle next to the secret shop. They want MOUZ to go on the aggressive as Force. We'll try and go for it. Nice Dream Call for the turnaround, but Got the Juice with the BKB waveform. Finds the gyrocopter form. Kills Force off along with Bengan. And now on to Ulnit they go. They just need a little more damage. But eventually, Ulnit will make it out of here. Adapt. That Conda. What do you mean, Shotgun Morph? We've got Shotgun Morph at home. If this is the at-home version, I want one of these. As a tier 3 on the mid lane now is gone. NAVI Jr. can start killing them softly. Oh, Got the Juice getting pulled back just a little bit. Nice Arena coming out as Ulnit is going to get shoved on one of the buildings. Got the Juice running on through on Bengan, getting the 2 supports. The Morphling is just having a great time as Niku dives on forward. Yes, they lose Riddys, but everything else is just dying. Supreme getting held on. Can they get the puck? Phase shift out of there with the illusory orb, and the Jount will get Supreme into the yeet. Mid-Rax is about to be gone as Ulnit still trying to fight back. That will still only mean the Aegis, FYI. As with the Satanic, look at gotthejuice just healing himself back up. The Morphling is just flowing into a Zen state right now. They'll even take care of the homing missile. No need to panic here. As in this very, very late game, only MOUZ has one more Rax and one more tier 3 to go. Holding on to this pressure. They're gonna fight it out. Trying to bait him, gotthejuice, but you just cannot control water, my friend. Gotthejuice. He's literally the Morphling. He's embodying the Morphling, and even though Ulnit tries to make an attempt at his life, Riddys will just shake him off along with Niku. And here comes a tidal wave to just shake off his adversaries, but Ulnit, just at a nick of time, will make the save for himself. Then comes Force's Ghost Ship. The damage is just not going to be there to get kills. Because even though they get Riddys, it's too little too late. Gotthejuice still having the Aegis and the Satanic on top. Ulnit trying to fight back with a Satanic of his own, but just cannot land those right clicks. As gotthejuice is just healing himself back. Still having the Aegis online. Force trying to make it back into the fountain as in goes Niku. He's just gonna go fishing himself for the Timber Chain and the Whirling Death combo. As Mega Creeps are now coming from the NAVI Junior side. Supreme will get the second support, but will get once again fished out the water by Niku. There's the GG from MOUZ. As NAVI Junior will take game number 1, 40 minutes in, 35-22. I'd say color me surprised, but honestly, in the class, there's a bit of a ring around the rosy play on the mid lane. Supreme and Niku both going for the play as a beautiful kill comes out from Force on top of Riddys. The Lion a bit out of position. NARMAN finding the Bramble Maze hold down as gotthejuice. It's just a lot of HP to go through. They're gonna no gotthejuice, you can't do this, but yes, NARMAN gets the kill. He didn't walk into the Bramble, he just got Shadow Realmed. He walks in onto the trap as Ulnit finds leaving no significant damage, as actually on the bottom, the Witch Doctor falling a little low due to Daze's Rocket Barrage. As onto the Gyrocopter, they keep on moving on with the pressure. MOUZ. Ulnit could be in trouble. A risky move, but eventually with the Lucent Beam, Ulnit gets the kill as it's 4-0 for the Radiant. What is going on? As the 6-minute rune is coming up, I do believe Niku should be easily finding it. Supreme using this time with his first spirit form, he can make significant impact as in he goes with the Solar Bind onto Daze. They take out the Gyrocopter. That Illuminate narrowly missed, but actually on the top lane, we also have Riddys going down. The Morphling needs to run. That is what Lord Gaben has said. As Bengan with the concussive. Oh, the Death Ward as well! PMA. Yeah, get a positive mental attitude towards that one, man. That's gotta hurt. At least pay for his therapist, man. That's trauma right there. Niku, and with the rotation, nice Timber Chain coming in from PMA. But the Dream Coil only lands on the Witch Doctor as Niku puts NAVI Jr. on the board. 8-1 now. And yeah, MOUZ just popping off hard, even though there's that compensation kill from NAVI Jr. I wonder, oh, okay, no, never mind. Ulnit getting stunned up, Hex down, and the Illusory Orb coming on through, but a beautiful Terrorize onto 3. NARMAN, the Darman, savior of the game. Out goes the Coconut as Bengan, along with NARMAN, finds a kill onto Riddys. They need to move on to gotthejuice, but they just don't have the stun Not in time. Keep chasing the morph. That's the idea. Supream coming on through. Has Solar Bind in one. But catching on gotthejuice seems quite impossible at this point. It was looking good. If they could have caught Ulnit on the NAVI junior side, there was like a potential turnaround here. But they'll need to move on to more chill vibes here. If I were NARMAN, I'd just put in a ward and just wait until the morphling comes around.
Dire's top tower is under attack. It fights for its Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oops, in with a catch. Nice with the call. As in, they go on to gotthejuice. No need for the ward. No need for the vision. Easy with a catch, easy with a kill, and it's 10-1 now. Daze? Oh, at least you get a courier. There goes the Hex. And goes the stun. Daze. Niku in with a catch. Ulnit. That's the target they need, but NAVI Jr. just... Yes, they finally find it. Gotthejuice putting himself on the line, but gets stunned in the end as Force just goes in for the dunk. MOUZ. That's a double. And can he keep on going? He has Blink in a second. Oh, the call! It's 3 pixels off the line, and Niku will live to see another day. But 13-2. As that's all she wrote for NAVI Jr. We might just be going to game number 3 for a second time today. MOUZ looking for the angle. They need to get gotthejuice. As the catch is there. Force with the blade mail just shaking off damage as Daze and Riddys. They just cannot control the axe for now. Illuminate coming through, healing back the offlaner as Daze. He's just tickling the enemy. But onto Niku, they make a move. There's the dunk. And they'll just keep on moving through the enemy. They basically make it to the high ground as well. Aegis in hand, Ulnit's safe. And on top of that, Bengan is just happy to give him Voodoo Restoration as now the pinball machine starts going through. Fortification at the ready, but you don't really want to use it on racks. As Daze is just eating damage from the bounce glaives as well. And with the full racks gone, MOUZ, they are just basically going to take over the series, or at least even it up. Gotthejuice. A bit of an Natus strike. Nice attempt. If the PMA can get at least a kill on the Luna, scratch that. Yes. Okay, the Aegis is gone, but at the same time, they cannot deal with Force, even though with the homing missile going for the hit through. Out comes the Eclipse, and Ulnit's going for cleanup. The Morphling's gone. Heal from the Illuminate. Oh, we gotta go back into real time where we have Niku diving into the thick of it and things, but not really finding good targets. Daze trying to dish out some damage, find some vision, find where the enemy is. But yeah, even though their fuck goes in, he's just gonna get dunked on. Force, he's just having all the answers right now as the Morphling. The juice gotta flow, and he flows out of here, living to see another day, but the lion dies as Force. He doesn't have the blink. I thought he had the blink, and then he could just have jumped in. As on the other side, in the triangle, we have PMA attempting what? Against 1v? Is MOUZ gonna be disciplined, or are they gonna be greedy? The answer, sadly, disciplined. So they're trying to back off, but here comes the wraparound of, oh no, wraparound, my friends. As gotthejuice dies, the Morphling is gone. And with PMA just melting, they type out the GG. 28-3 is going to be the end score. As with a 23k net worth lead. Even up the score of this upper bracket semifinal. But yeah, that Axe last game convinced me. No shoes, no shirt, no first blood. Has actually scratched that. We just missed it at the very end as Daze and PMA goes in with the God's Rebuke along with the Rocket Barrage combo. Can Ulnit be next? They do take out the mana As God the Juice gets Force up top. 2-0 as going back into the mid. I'm sorry, Dessa. I can't keep up with this either. But can they collapse on to the axe instead? In goes the Solar Bind. In with the Root. They will nigh and execute Force as fast as possible, and they will get the kill. As so will PMA also die. It's a 1-for-1 trade, and offlaners are crying. Absolute chaos this match, by the way. I think neither side can really decide which lane they really want to pressure. As the gyrocopter is going to get caught out, Daze might be saved by the Illuminate, as there's the kill. Goes to Riddys, as although the majority of the damage was done by Niku. The Ember Spirit will eat it. As the Bramble Mace comes out, they are trying to hold on to that triangle. Nice Demonic Purge. But they just cannot save their vision now. Out comes the call down. Daze trying to hold on into this play, but this time Supream will just slight him down. Disruption, saving himself. Can Bengan survive this? No, he gets skewered onto the side of the arena wall. I know it's called Speared of Mars, but yeah. At the same time, Niku just getting run down by the Ember Spirit, as they are focusing all their attention onto Force, but all this damage is coming from the Ember and Ulnit. As the Medusa gets on the board. No deaths yet, no assists yet, but they have a kill. But the Lifesteal already has the Radiance, and the Sange is moving on to Sange and Yasha of all things. The extra stat res definitely be beneficial as Force tries to make a play on to PMA's Mars, but at the very end, it's going to be a mitigated play. Fight on two sides as Niku. What was he thinking with the Coddle? Out goes the Hand of God onto nothing, as they will at least catch Force as the counter kill. But overall, oh yeah, with NARMAN also dying, this is absolutely worth it. Daze getting the double kill on the gyrocopter, as the rest of the team of MOUZ is moving on to Got the Juice. 2 stacks of the poison right now on the Lifestealer. Rage not available for 7 more seconds. Infesting the Alpha Wolf, he should be surviving the onslaught. I will wait out the damage at the very end. This NAVI Jr. with these beautiful rotations, they're taking out objectives. And this being the last tier 1 tower, they will even up the map. In terms of tier 1 towers at least. As Niku's Keeper of the Light continues to suffer this game. Oh, Infest play down on up top. As Ulnit will be forced to use Stone Gaze. Out comes Force with the saving call of the Berserker, but at the same time, he will sacrifice himself as Niku. We talked about the Coddle catching up, and with this double kill, it's looking good. Can they keep up the pressure? Got the Juice. PMA Supreme, he needs to start cutting people down, as gonna get Solar Bound along with the Orchid. All they need to do is just pump on the damage, and they will take out the Ember Spirit. NAVI Jr. unbeatable as of yet. In terms of matches, at least. Last game, that was their first loss in a long time. And I guess MOUZ just poked the bear. As in goes the catch, Hand of God. Running into the play, Daze will die. Out comes from the infestation. Got the Juice. As Ulnit does not will put out the Stone Gaze now. Trying to hold on to enemy units. The Supreme really low, but will press out the BKB and move out of the fray. But at the same time, it's only 1 death so far on the side of NAVI Jr. Can they catch the Ember Spirit? That would be the big kill. So 2 for the price of 1 so far. As make it 3. NAVI Jr. are just going to outright catch Bengan, or will they? Demonic Cleanse. Bengan will survive. This is back into the triangle we go. Niku surviving all of this damage and retaliating with the Illuminate. The axe is gone as they will nail Ulnit to the wall. 17 and 10 as NAVI Jr. keep on gunning through. Disruption, save attempt, moving on to the Medusa as they will finally take care of Ulnit a second time this game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
NAVI, or maybe not, as Force looking for the wraparound, does have a BKB and Blade Mail. Can he find the perfect jump? It's all up to Force, and NARMAN is also there a little bit to the right. You just cannot see him on the screen as in goes Force with the call onto 2, and Niku goes down first with the Coddle gone. Can they catch a little bit more as Ulnit with the Stone Gaze goes on through half HP, or half mana pool on the Medusa, but with the disruption, Bengan buys a little bit of time. Got the juice, gaze out the SD as it's actually 2 for 1 now. Can they keep up the pressure? Raising the Mars into the air. Force keeps on going. Oh, racing back into the air one more time as Got the Juice just cannot do anything here. What do I do now? Does not have the rage, going in for the aggressive infestation. Out comes the Shadow Realm. NARMAN buying some time for himself as Supream keeping up the contact onto Got the Juice. Force on the other side of the map will get halted with the homing missile. Cannot make the jump. And as the Aegis expires and the smokes are settling, yeah, at the same time, the pressure is just building. At the same time, in goes the arena. Got the Juice trying to dive onto Ulnit. So far, so good. Successful as well. Force too far away to help out in this fight as the Medusa will go down.
Middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. There is no mercy to be found. Dire's top tower is under attack.
At the same time,
For its life.
another play. Force moving on to Dessa. Can they catch the gyrocopter? With Ulnit dead, 30 seconds without the Medusa. Force is forced to make desperate moves in with the Yule Scepter coming out. NARMAN trying to save the axe, but it's not going to happen. Buyback available on the axe, though. PMA has a Lifestealer surprise. Has got the juice. And PMA try and attempt something, but yeah, Supream is just gone. Solar bound to the high heavens, and they will just jump on daze instead. But the gyrocopter gets the Hand of God save one more time. The rest of the team trying to make their way down onto the bottom as they jump on NARMAN. The Dark Willow is dead as Supream jumps inside the middle of the arena. He was forced to, as he's trying to back off a little bit, help out Ulnit as he's gonna be pushed down onto the river. Ulnit still surviving as PMA tries to nail him to a tree. The call down goes on through the Medusa as Force, with a little bit of HP he still has left, jumps onto Niku, but does he have the damage to kill out the Coddle? As Bengan is gone, there's no more saves on MOUZ. They need to re-evaluate their positions as NARMAN goes for the dieback. The buyback on the SD. They just need to catch up the Medusa, but he makes it out of there just in time. At the same time, there's a huge clash on the bottom. The arena comes out, Force once again forced to use his BKB. It looks like the Jedi power is just not with him as Got the Juice coming out of a Black Dragon, trying to make the jump. That's a good call, though, on the Lifestealer, as Bengan will lose his life, though. For a high price. Ulnit finding a good Stone Gaze position, but at the same time, out comes the Spear. PMA is just pushing onward and onward as Supream and Force find the back line, take out the gyrocopter, and now they need to try and get the Mars, but there's the infestation one more time. Got the Juice, the savior right now of NAVI Jr. Finding all the plays, all the angles. Oh, you have a Scotty? That's cute. Half HP on the Lifestealer, but there's still an Aegis to get through. As Got the Juice just does not care, moves on forward on to the melee racks. Eventually, an infest escape. Run the, no, scratch the escape. He's just going back in. This Lifestealer, he's just a rack stealer instead. A Supream gonna get jumped up. What are you doing? Gotthejuice, clearly vision on Supream. The Ember Spirit is gone with no buyback. 1,500 gold away, as though at least Ulnit gets Niku as a bit of a compensation for all this. But 2 lanes full of super creeps and only Ulnit standing in the way, as Force is just trying to chase down the back line, walking on through, escaping all the calldowns. Not gonna get hit by the Gyrocopter ultimate. MOUZ doing everything they can to hold on, but losing all their racks. They only get 2k gold back. It doesn't make you happy, as Force once again with a call, trying to go in, but PMA with the arena. That's a lockdown if I've ever seen one, as Ulnit puts out the Stone Gaze, trying to slow down the enemy. But there goes the aggressive infestation into Medusa. Ulnit, he'll just eject out the Life Stealer, but the Terrorize from NARMAN doesn't hit on the Life Stealer. And the Medusa still has buyback, keep that in mind. With last one chart trying to push out some damage, 84 seconds without the Dusa. Surprise indeed from Gotthejuice, as he's taking out the last tier 3 tower. Supream in the thick of it. He just cannot die here. BKB coming out. Ulnit trying to get on the wraparound on the other side. As Supream, he'll need to go in for the escape. Out comes the call down along with the Hand of God. NAVI Jr. just unrelentless skewered or speared to his own melee racks. Ulnit is struggling to hold on with this Medusa. As Force finally finding out the Gyrocopter now. Can they move on onto the Life Stealer? Once again, the aggressive infestation. Out comes the disruption, and Gotthejuice just comes out of the disruption. It's just basically the Matryoshka of heroes at this point. Demonic Purge, not really lasting long enough to be extremely useful. Mega Creeps, says MOUZ. Seems like they decide to try and hold out against them, as they're struggling to even kill supports. MOUZ, that's going to be a tough one, as out comes the Will-O-Wisp. How did you mess that one up, PMA? Well, you know what? Gotthejuice has got this. As out comes the Disruption. Force tries to go in for the 2-man call. We'll get it off, but the damage coming out from the rest of the enemy team is just too much. Force with the buyback, trying to hold on, as Ulnit does manage to put out the Stone Gaze, but then gets nailed to the wall of the arena. The Medusa is dead for 110, and it looks like NAVI Jr. has got this. They're the ones to advance to the upper bracket finals, as MOUZ Esports are gonna continue the tournament in the lower bracket. GG is called, will eventually crumble at the foot of NAVI Jr. Dang, NAVI Jr. I guess they got mad after that game number 2, didn't they? I would be as well, you know. I have a good streak going on with win rates, and then suddenly just get a pub, or actually in this case, a competitive match, and then just get